Hello, everyone. Wow, it's been a very, very long time. I hope you all are doing great. I am going to get set up on my other tablet. Hi, Product Junkie Natural. Hi, how are you guys? It's been like forever since I was on Periscope. Forever. I'm just gonna get set up. Hello. On my other tablet so that I can see the comments as I'm working. I know, it's been a super long time. Okay, do you guys hear an echo? Hopefully there's no echo. Yes, so, okay, great. So I moved, I'm in California now. First of all, let me reset. My name is Shelly Moise, and I own Noelle's Garden, Bath and Body, but I'm in transition right now. So my family and my company has just moved from Hawaii to California, and I'm in the process of setting up a new business. So getting a new business license, a new seller's license. I'm basically starting all over again. I did not have a website when I was in Hawaii. Hey Naomi, thank you for joining. I didn't have a website when I was in Hawaii. I only sold locally, so I'm also in the process of building a website. But since we moved, I'm also in the process of a full-blown move, you know, setting up a house, bringing vehicles over from Hawaii to California, getting my daughter registered in school, and then also figuring out, how I'm going to set up everything. There is a space in the house for all of the products, so I was lucky in that regard. But because there is a specific place in the house for all of the products, that means that I no longer have that quick ready access to my kitchen and my sink and my refrigerator the way that I did before. So it's just been kind of nerve-wracking. Today is actually my first time making soap since June. Yes, since June. And it has taken me absolutely forever to get set up. I mean, just ridiculous. It has taken me forever. But it's a matter of, did I get my package? I haven't checked the mail yet today. It's, I don't even know what time it is here right now. Maybe around noonish. Yes, a little bit after noon. So I haven't checked the mail yet today. But my setup is different. So I'm just still trying to get used to where everything is and how to maneuver around and where my plugs are and what is in reach of me, and just everything is different. So I had really debated on whether or not I wanted to even make this soap live. Why not, Lafalo? Just kidding. I know, right? I had really debated on whether or not I even wanted to make this soap live because I was so flustered in just trying to get everything together. But then I was just like, you know what? We, as soapers or as crafters, as artisans, we all have times where we're just kind of out of our element and we have to get back into our element. You know, Stella lost her groove, she had to get her groove back. So this is kind of where I am today. So today we are going to make oatmeal milk and honey soap. I make two different versions of this soap. One of them I make a little bit, I would say a little healthier than the other. It doesn't have any fragrance in it. It doesn't have any water in it. It is only either milk or aloe vera gel or juice, not juice, tea. The cleansing is a little lower. It has no artificial color in it. So that's the one that I make. That's not the one I'm making today. The one I'm making today has fragrance in it. and it has a great deal of milk in it. So I expect this soap to accelerate. I expect it to move a little quickly. And I'm going to try to do one color and a white, but we'll see how that goes. Again, this is my first time soaping since June. Oh, not only does it have a great deal of milk in it, but of course it has honey in it, which is also an accelerant. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi, Nancy. Thank you for joining. I'm going to bring the camera down so you guys can see. Adjust you just a bit. Okay, we're still moving. All right, so let me see what you guys are seeing, how I've got my tablet set up. Okay, everything's good. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my goggles. Let's get our trusty goggles together so that we don't forget them. Goggles are important. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on, exactly right, safety first. Next, I'm going to put on my gloves. Because I'm already out of my element. I don't need anything additional going on here that can be a distraction. So let's talk about what we're doing. We have our butters and oils in here, which are really nice and luxurious. But in here, separately, I've mixed up my, my goat milk, some aloe vera gel, my honey, and my oats. So that's nice and yummy in there. We are going to give those a stick blend right quick. Oh my gosh, I told you guys I was so far out of my element. But I do have my trusty spray bottle, my alcohol, so that I can sanitize that. It has been forever. I have not made soap since June. That is the longest that I've gone. No, I'm in California now. That's the longest that I've gone since I started making soap. Yes, the move is complete. Well, you know, for the most part, it's complete. Okay, so let's try this again. Our stick blender. And this is going to be just a little noisy while I blend up this milk and this gel and these oats and this honey. Me too, Cammie. Me too. And you know, like I said, I was really nervous even about doing this broadcast because when you're gone for a while, it feels like you're starting all over again, you know? It feels like it's your first broadcast all over again. And that's really how I felt. I've always been kind of, you know, the nervous type. When it comes to being out in front of people, although don't get me wrong, you need to message me so we can encourage each other. Yes, I do, because Lord knows some days I really need that encouragement. yeah, you know, it's when you're gone for a while, it's like you're starting all over, and then you're nervous and you're dropping stuff, and oh my gosh, what if nobody shows up? And okay, that didn't blend so well, but it's just oats. So we're gonna get this stirred in. I'm gonna, trust me, even when you're there, I'm sorry I missed it. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I didn't even go over the plan. My plan is to combine all of this, and then I'm gonna pour off a little bit before I add my fragrance, because my fragrance discolors. So I'm gonna pour off a little bit for some white, and then I'm going to color the bulk of the soap a copper color. But again, the fragrance discolor, so I'm not sure how that's gonna go anyway. But I'm gonna color the bulk of the soap the copper color with the fragrance. Yes, it does. And then I'm going to pour in the bulk of that copper colored soap, and then pour in a little bit of white. And then I'm going to do a hanger swirl. I'm glad I said that because I forgot to grab my hanger tool. I'm gonna do a hanger swirl, and then I have vanilla stabilizer, but I haven't used it yet either. And then I'm gonna top it with some more white and a little bit of gold mica and some copper mica, and then some oats on the top. So I'm hoping this is gonna go really simple. Yeah, all right. So let's get started. I'm sorry I'm so thrown off, you guys, but it really has. It's been since June. I am going to strain this. Oh, and my oils, I've never done a hanger. Well, I hope so. I hope so. My oils are at 82 degrees, which is warmer. I usually soap at room temperature. And my lye is even warmer than that. It's at 90. So typically when you're gonna soap with an accelerant like a honey, you want to soap at room temperature, but again, that's kind of how my day has been going so far. So I'm straining this because I did an extreme water discount in order to add that milk in there. And when you do such a water discount, it causes a lot of lilant. If you can see that, what's left in my strainer, it causes a lot of lilant. So I just wanted to strain that out. What is a water discount? So when you make soap, let me take this, let me be safe, you guys. I'm just gonna take this to my sink. I'm sorry about that. So a water discount, when you create your recipe for your soap, it tells you you should use X amount of water. When you water discount, you just use less water than what the recipe calls for. It's perfectly safe to use a water discount, but using a water discount has its advantages and disadvantages. So one of the reasons why I use the water discount is so that instead of using, hi Diamond Point Creation, instead of using so much water, I could offset that amount of water with the milk that I used in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this blended. Hey. Yeah. before I take this too far, I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my additives here. Nope, I'm putting it in now. Going to go ahead and add that in here, because that is the yummy goodness in this bar. So we want to make sure we get all of that magnificence in there. We don't want to waste anything. All right. All right. That's what we want. And again, I will probably blend that just a little more. I'm gonna stir, get these edges a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna blend that just a little more. You see that color? Are you seeing this color change? I don't know. I didn't cut the light on. I should have cut the light on. That color change is crazy. It's really orange now. That's the honey. Let's check our temperature. Is this heating up? Yeah, it's at 105. This is heating up. Okay, let's get moving. Yep, no time for playing around with this. And I'm even wondering how it's gonna work with the color that I'm using. All right, let's get a little bit of white poured off. And I'm wondering if the white is going to work because I've added this honey. This is very orange. I've never seen my soap this orange, not from honey at least. Okay, let's get this white in here. I don't know, you guys. We'll see. Thank you. Yeah, that's pretty orange. And let's get this copper in here. And before I forget, let's get this fragrance in here. Ooh, I like that copper. It does that because of the light interaction with the honey and the milk. It will mellow out as it ages. Yeah, the last time I made oatmeal milk and honey, I'm gonna add just a little bit more copper. The last time I made this, I didn't have it go through gel, put it in the refrigerator, but I soaked really cool. I soaked in the 70s, and it's the same recipe, but the last time, funny thing, it accelerated on me. Got really thick pretty fast. This is staying nice and loose. Definitely staying nice and loose for me. Yeah, so the last time it accelerated, but it did not turn this color. But you know, with soap, you know, it's got a mind of its own. It does what it does. Welcome back, Naomi. Okay, so let's see what we can do with this white. Hey, well, that's not very white, but it will, no, that's not very white at all. But as the other lady was saying, what's gonna happen is it will mellow out as it cures. It is gonna get a little lighter, and what I want is just a little bit of contrast. I don't want an actual white, I just want a little contrast. So, let's stick blend this again. Which fragrance am I using? I am using Oatmeal Milk and Honey by Crafter's Choice. You know, the funny thing is, I mean, this is warm. I can definitely feel this heating up. Again, it's still at 103. Do you? I love this stick blender. It's still at 103. I can definitely feel it heating up. But as you can see, you guys, it's not accelerating at all. Which, again, is not the norm for me when I make this soap. In fact, I had kind of counted on it accelerating for the design because, like I said, I was going to hanger swirl, and you don't want it this loose for a hanger swirl. Oh, most definitely. It will most definitely go in the refrigerator. Oh, it's definitely at trace. I just need it at a thicker trace for the design that I wanted to do. Man, I love this color though. Yes, it's definitely at trace. I just want it a little thicker. Yes, it does. Especially, I did not go light on the honey. Not by any means did I go light on the honey. So my first batch of this soap actually exploded out of the mold because it got so hot. Yeah, I definitely refrigerate this, and if I had the freezer space, I would put it in a freezer. Man, I love that color. I am loving that color. I'm so glad you guys are here with me. I'm glad I did this live. It's so much better when you have company. That is still really loose. So maybe a different swirl. Let's see. Soap making is fun. It really is. You get to be creative. I'm a military retiree. I spent 20 years in the Air Force before I started making soap. And I worked in cryptography, and it was extremely not creative. So this is like a complete 180-degree change from what I did prior to making soap. I did not even know that I was a creative person before this. I didn't even know that I would enjoy something like this prior to. I definitely would encourage. I'm glad you get exactly, yeah. You know, I had no idea. In fact, I have a really good friend who actually said that to me. She said, "Who knew you were creative?" Because, you know, the military just did not encourage that in me with the job that I had. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. We're going to drop this in. That's starting to get thick now. Good. Let's drop in the rest of it. You know, we'll see tomorrow what we get. Tomorrow we'll see if we get any. I gotta scrape this bowl, you guys. I'm sorry if it blocks your view for a couple minutes here. Yeah, so we'll see tomorrow if we get any kind of a contrast. How it looks. For those of us that make soap, we know the more you scrape, the less you have to clean. So you scrape every bit out that you can. Waste not, want not. Let's see, let's make sure these are even. And they are. Waste not, want not. Now, and I'm still waiting on this to get just a little bit thicker, the top. I'm sorry if I've missed any comments. Let's put that off to the side. That is still so loose. That is crazy. I mean, if I had made my last batch live for you guys to see how my last batch reacted, it is so completely different than this batch. And when you make soap, the assumption is that if you're going to use a sugar, the cooler you soak, the better, so that it doesn't accelerate. But here it is, I soaked just a little warmer, and it has drastically slowed down. I can't even do my top yet because I had intended to pile it on kind of nice and high, but it's not thick enough yet. And if I pile it on now, it's just going to overflow. Man, that's crazy. Let's see. Yeah, it does. And I wonder if maybe the fragrance slowed the other bowl down. Maybe that was it. But I really wanted these more dollop-like, but it's okay. It's okay. Oh, that's okay. I'm just glad you're here with me. I'm just glad you're here with me. That is a question that I should know the answer to, but I don't. I'm sorry. Okay. So what did I want to do after that? I wanted to do a little bit of copper, but I used all my copper. So we'll do maybe a little gold over the top. My gold's a little thick. Let's add a little bit of oil to this mica. Just a tiny bit of oil. And then we're gonna sprinkle the top with oats and call it a day. This is my gold. So I'm just gonna sprinkle just a little bit of that. I'm doing it wrong. Let's do this. Thank you for sharing. That's what I wanted. I wanted a drizzle. That's what I wanted. So that side didn't really come out as beautifully as I wanted, but it's okay. Okie dokie. And a little bit of oats. Because after all, it is oatmeal milk and honey. I'm glad. I'm glad it's relaxing. Hey, the Mom Ledger. Good to see you. Okay, I think we're done. Phew. So this is our oatmeal milk and honey. Bring that up. One of my faves. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Phew. All righty. So, I know I look crazy, you guys. Whew. I am so glad you all joined me. This has been the making of oatmeal milk and honey. And hopefully we can cut this tomorrow. But the last time I made this, it was 41 hours before I cut it. And I made sure to make a note of that so that I don't cut it early the next time. But we'll see how it goes. For those of you that don't make soap, it is quite warm wearing your gloves and your protective eyewear, but you have to wear it. So that's why I'm sweating and all crazy looking. But thank you guys for joining me. I don't want to keep you any longer than you have to be here. I really appreciate you guys stopping by my channel and the hearts and the shares and the love. I'm just so glad you guys are here. So I'll see you next time for the cutting. Bye.